You know, Brian is negotiating something. So he thinks by clapping for me, he'll get it. He has to work very hard. So I think for the interest of time, I will not bore you with too many words, but I'm actually feeling that we should be out there feasting on the meat. I think the meat is getting cold. So we need to wind up, tumalize alafu tuende tukakule nyama kiasi fulani. So our Principal Secretary, Bwana Jonathan Mweke, from the State Department of Livestock Development, all our partners, our invited guests, all protocols observed. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Thank you very much. Now, I think it gives me great pleasure to be here today as we start our third edition of the Meat Expo, which we started in partnership with a number of you partners who are here in 2021. And it's a great progress. The last edition, the second edition of the Meat Expo, which was held here, was a great success to us. We had 50 exhibitors and over 10,000 participants. That tells you the kind of interest that this had. Now, that has moved significantly this year. We have over 70 exhibitors, and we expect many, many participants to visit our various stands and to actually interact with various exhibitors on various issues. Now, this sector is critical to this economy. We have been told it contributes 12% of the national GDP. And in addition to that, it contributes over about 50% of the employment in the agriculture sector. That means the sector supports about 10 million Kenyans. That's a significant sector. If you look at the neighboring countries of Somalia, Ethiopia, and a significant part of Sudan and Tanzania, this sector is a major employer. It's a sector that employs many people. It feeds many people. So it's a sector that cannot be ignored, and that's why we have our Principal Secretary here. And the theme of this third edition, revolutionizing the meat industry for bottom-up economic transformation, is relevant, and it tells you the importance of the sector because it is a sector that, in my view, it's still underutilized. It's a sector that could contribute close to 20% of our GDP and could support almost 20 million of our population. So it's a sector which, if properly harnessed, and the discussions that we are going to have later, where we're looking at the back end and the front end and the full value chain, is a very significant discussion that we hope at the end of the 3-day will have a significant impact on our economy. Now, despite all this importance of this sector, the sector faces a number of challenges. There are challenges. Right now we are having good weather, but be sure that after about 4 or so months, that will change, and our livestock farmers will start having complaints of all nature. I think we need to avoid that. We need to avoid panic situations, but have a country where we can have throughout the year, our livestock is taken care of, and therefore that will take care of our pockets. Most of you here feed and will eat a meat product every day. That tells you the potential that we have in the sector. Now, ladies and gentlemen, revolutionizing the meat industries requires a shift towards sustainable and ethical production practices. Small-scale farmers who form the backbone of the Kenya agricultural sectors must be empowered with the knowledge and the resources to adapt practices that prioritize animal welfare, environmental conservation, and food safety. This will not only ensure long-term viability of the industry, but also align with global trends towards more responsible consumption. Now, we live in an era where technology is a center of what we do. We have been told technology keeps changing every day. We need to use, as part of our theme today, of revolutionizing the meat industry, how can we tap on technology? Technology and the advancement in this sector, from precision in terms of farming techniques to blockchain-enabled traceability solutions, can modernize the industry, enhance productivity, transparency, and accountability through the value chain. Using technology, we can know where the markets are, who needs what product, and who is able to provide what inputs. Now, but perhaps most importantly, revolutionizing the meat industry demands a collaborative effort involving the stakeholders from government, and that's why our principal sector is here, the industry, associations, to civil society organizations, and consumers themselves. This is the core reason why we initiated this conference, and by bringing together the producers, processors, retailers, policymakers, consumers, and other stakeholders in the meat industry, we create a wholesome platform to discuss and provide an avenue for positively transforming the industry. As a media house, we use our various platforms to enhance visibility of Kenya's livestock product locally and globally, while also showcasing Kenya's sustained initiatives to produce high-quality products. You'll also notice that we have several exhibition stands providing a platform for stakeholders to interact more intimately with the targeted consumer. I'm looking forward to a fruitful discussion, and as we build on the bankability of the livestock business, because I believe the entrepreneurs who are here, they are looking for avenues to make money, to make sustainable business and to make profitable business. I strongly believe by fostering the partnership and the dialogue in the industry, we can address the systematic challenges, advocate for policy reforms, and promote inclusive growth that benefits everyone involved. Now, the potential for revolutionizing the meat industry in Kenya is vast, and it requires concerted effort for us to realize it. And that explains why we have this Expo. Now, together, as we work towards a future where the meat industry not only thrives, but also serves as a catalyst for economic transformation and achieves our better agenda, the bottom-up economic transformation in this country. So I'm confident that this Expo, by the end of the 3 days, will lead to some fruitful outcomes to all the players. And at the end of the day, we'll have a significant impact on the economy of this nation. So I will end there, and you can clap for me.